Hello and welcome to this episode of I Don't Know Jack About Parenting, where today I want to talk about a traditional childhood business, the lemonade stand.
So the big question is this: how are parents like us, who don't have a manual, who are doing the best we can, who feel as though we aren't enough, how are we going to raise healthy, happy children who we are proud of and still keep our sanity in that process? That's the question, and this podcast will give you the answers. My name is Ryan Roy, and welcome to I Don't Know Jack About Parenting, a podcast for parents who are being real with themselves.
Hello and welcome back to this episode of I Don't Know Jack About Parenting, where today I want to talk about the good old traditional lemonade stand. So I don't know what any of your situations may be, but my first job, I actually had a job at 5 years old. My much older brother, 12, had a paper route, and he subcontracted his little brother to go out and do the paper route during the week. So Monday through Saturday, I delivered papers, and on Sunday, I could tag along if I wanted to, not understanding this at the time, but that's when he picked up the money for the week, and that's when he would pay me. And then I remember finally getting paid one day, and he had a big stack of cash, and I was like, well, who gets, you just gave me this, but you have all that left over. He goes, you're my employee. And I didn't like the concept of that. So I can tell you that the entrepreneurial bug was put into me at a very young age. And after that, I had my own businesses, but I never really had a lemonade stand. But now that I'm a father myself, and I have certain resources and wherewithal, and I decided a couple years ago when my son was 5 that he would have his first business, and it was a lemonade stand. And over that summer, we made $100. Very new to it, didn't have a system down yet, but nonetheless, he made $100 selling lemonade. Last year, we did the same thing, and we upped the goal. I asked him to double the amount of income he wanted to make, and he made $200 last year. So a very natural progression. What do you think the goal is this year? And the goal for him is to make $300 for this year's lemonade stand, and those are his monies to distribute the way he wants or spend the way he wants. There are 2 stipulations. One, he must save 10% of it, so $30 of it is automatically going into his savings account. And then the other stipulation is that 10% of it must go to giving, and in his case, he will deposit that money to the church. So he's got to give, save, and then he can spend his 80% of his $300. So those are the goals for this summer. So let's talk about the traditional lemonade stand, and that being, well, this one isn't so traditional. So when we first started, he said he wanted to do a lemonade stand. I said, fantastic. Where are we going to set up? And his response was, well, Dad, we're going to set up right out front. And mind you, that would make sense, and that's probably what most kids do. But I told him, well, this is going to be a lesson in business. You're opening a business. You're trying to make money. You're trying to serve people. In order to serve people, you got to be where people go. And we live on a cul-de-sac of 6 houses. We live in a small community of 32. Nobody comes on our street. So I said, without having the proper location, we're not going to make any money. So where do you think a good place would be? And we happen to live very close to a park. I said, why don't we set up shop at the park? Because there's a lot of thirsty kids there. He's like, okay, that makes sense. So that was kind of day one of, what are we going to do? Then we started talking about marketing and signage. And he and I always talk about different signs. And how do you know about Coca-Cola? How do you know about McDonald's? How do you know about Burger King? How do you know about Wendy's? How do you know about the Allstate commercials and things? He says, And he knows the terminology. He says, those are advertising, that's marketing, Dad. I said, yeah, so don't you think we need to market our business? How are people going to know that we're selling lemonade if we don't have a sign? And he's like, yeah. So we made signs, and we still have the original signs because we put them on poster board, and we laminated some of the smaller signs that talk about some of the things we're going to do. And I'm going to leave you guys hanging here because I'm going to give you an opportunity to get the lemonade stand, our version of it anyway. So I'm not going to divulge all the secrets of how we made 100, 200, and we will definitely make 300 plus this year on our lemonade stand. So the marketing, the signs, I taught them to get signs, and we had multiple signs, and we created deals and reasons for people to purchase the lemonade, and I will talk about that, and that will be in the mini PDF version of the book that I will offer you guys here soon. And you can go to BeTheDadYouWishYouHad.com/lemonade to get that PDF if you so desire. Foolproof way for your kid's first business. So we created signs. We took a whole day. We mapped them out. We put I always have him, when he's going to make a larger sign or something, we sketch it on an 8x10 or 8.5 by 11, and we map it out. And we're like, does this look good? Does that look good? Should this be placed here? Should that be placed here? Blah, blah, blah. We go through that, and then we make the larger sign or signs. Day 3, we have our signage. We know what we're going to do. We need our supplies. And the traditional supplies, what do we need for a lemonade stand? We need a cooler, right? We need something, pitchers or something to put the lemonade in. We happen to have one of those 5-gallon coolers that have the spout at the bottom for water, so we use that for our lemonade at our house. We need ice, another cooler for ice. We have a smaller one that we use, not a huge cooler, but a smaller version that we use. We need cups. Right? We need straws. We didn't realize that at first, but straws go a long way, letting the kids pick their own color straw when you get a big bulk of those. So straws, cups, ice, right? If your ice maker at home gets run out, which ours does really quickly, maybe getting a bag of ice at the store will help. And just having him realize all the supplies that are needed and bringing him to Costco to purchase them. Yes, I bring him to Costco, and we get the lemonade mix, and we bought the cooler at one point, and we, got ice, and we got straws and cups, and I made him price these things out because it matters how much, this is a business, how much these materials cost. And there's a spreadsheet that we have. It comes out at a cup of lemonade from our lemonade stand costs us 13 cents. That's cup, straw, lemonade mix, excluding water and ice. That's how much it costs for us to do lemonade. We sell it for $1, just so you know. So he is making a nice sizable profit. Day 4, a trip to the bank. What do we need to go to the bank for? Well, you're running a business, and somebody's going to come with a $10 bill and want 1 or 2 glasses of lemonade, and you're going to have to provide change. So I've literally had my child walk into the bank with $40 and say, can I get change for these $20 bills? I need the change for my business. And he gets change, 40 singles for his business. It lets him see what it is to go into the bank. It lets him talk to the bank teller. It allows him to go through that process of getting the change. And then lastly, it's the day of the lemonade stand. And there are a couple minor tricks of the trade that I've used and will be in the PDF if you decide to go and get that at BeTheDadYouWishYouHad.com/lemonade stand or lemonade. And listen, these are things that we learned after a couple times being out on the job. And these are foolproof ways for your kids to absolutely profit on their lemonade stand. And they're normal business practices that I've never seen done at any other lemonade stand. But just know this, the business skills, the social skills, the fun, the profits, all go to making a summer of fun, because they're learning something, they're making money, and they're realizing that if they think outside the box just a little bit, that there are great rewards for doing so. But that's true for any business. But I love planting those seeds at this young age for my son, because just the other day he's like, Dad, when are we setting up the lemonade stand? Summer is here and it's hot. Let's go make that money. Let's go have some fun. And there's no more joy I get than watching my son enjoy the process. Listen, enjoying the process of putting his business together, executing on his business, and being able to go reap the rewards of purchasing some things that he wants to purchase for himself, but that he worked for himself. And it has more meaning when you spend your own money. I don't care who you are, what age you are. When you buy things with your own hard-earned money, they mean that much more to you. So go get your copy of The Lemonade Stand at BeTheDadYouWishYouHad.com/lemonade. We'll see you in the next episode.
Do you want to be the dad you wish you had? If so, go get my free book, Be the Dad You Wish You Had, at BeTheDadYouWishYouHad.com. Inside, you'll find my most effective 40 tips to quickly and easily transform yourself into the ideal dad. Go to BeTheDadYouWishYouHad.com now and get it while it's free.